Hello dear friends, I just wanted to put out a video, again, health related. Just a little update on my life. This health related video has been in the making for like 12 years, since I was like 20, or even 13, since I'm 33. So, it's not cancer related, as far as I know. We'll see, right? But basically, since I was like 20, around there, so not married, not pregnant, none of that, I started having this thing where I would hear myself breathing, I would hear myself like my heartbeat, and it was so annoying. And I'm one of those people, I don't really go to the doctor. Like, I'm not saying I'm proud of that, I just don't have like the family doctor type of relationship with any of the doctors. I just go to a doctor when like things are bad. And so this thing, when I started hearing myself breathing, hearing my heartbeat, it was so bad, it was driving me crazy, that I went to the doctor back so long ago, and the doctor, explained her the symptoms, and it was like around fall time, and she's like, oh, you probably have allergies. Yeah, you probably have allergies. And I was like, I've never had allergies. This is like, I don't have allergies, whatever, this is a joke. So I went home, and whatever, and it like kind of like, it would come and go, and I just kind of learned to like deal with it, just kind of ignore it. But over the years, it's been like, back in the day, it was just sometimes, a couple days here for a few weeks, and then it would go away. But now it's like pretty much every single day without an exception. It feels like I live in a bucket. Sometimes when people are talking to me, I can't hear them because of the because I hear myself, what's going on inside of my head, my body fluids. And so recently I had an aha moment where I stopped breathing, so I hear people. Or a more practical solution is like, if I just start breathing with my mouth. And I've never been a mouth breather. I love my nose, I love breathing through my nose, but like, if I breathe through my mouth, then the thorax, I bypass my ears basically, because so I don't hear myself breathing. Heartbeat, that's another thing. If I like walk up the steps, then I hear it, but usually I don't. And right now, as I'm talking, like, my ears are fine actually, because I've learned that after I cry sometimes after I cry, like, I guess more congested or whatever, and plus I have a cold, so right now it's fine. But I just cried because I'm still at the doctor's parking lot. I just saw ENT, eyes, nose, throat specialist, finally, after so many years. And it's just so funny, like, I would have my appointments with the ENTs, like, I got referrals so many times, and I just chose, I was like, whatever. I don't know why I didn't go, but finally I went, and I was crying there. I was like, it was just so unexpected that I would be crying. But I saw the doctor, super kind lady. She looked in my ears. I explained to her my symptoms, and basically the only way to make them go away is if I put my head all the way down like this, or if I lay down, then the symptoms go away and I feel so normal. Like, or sometimes, like, and sometimes it's this ear, sometimes it's this ear, sometimes both of the ears. So there's no rhyme or reason. Like, I just wanted to understand the physiology behind, like, what is happening with me. But anyway, so, for so long, like, I even told her, like, I had my melanoma thing, and praise the Lord, everything's fine with that, as far as I know. Even though my insurance changed, and so my dermatologist couldn't see me at the 3-month. So I need to call, like, insurance issues. I need to call and see what dermatologist takes my new insurance. It's on my to-do list. Definitely want to get that done. But anyway, it's just, it just always felt like I wasn't getting enough air, you know. But then I saw my primary care physician a few months ago, and he diagnosed me with Patulous Eustachian tube, which is like when my eustachian tubes are always open. Like some people have issues because they're always closed, but mine is like more rare. It's always open. But the reason why I was crying is because like she looked under the microscope. It was actually pretty cool. She like displayed like on the screen in front of me what she was seeing with her microscope and all this stuff. So my eardrum, everything looks fine. I had a hearing test yesterday. Everything looks fine. I'm hearing fine. But even then, for the hearing test, you know, they make the beep sounds. Like I had to stop breathing or breathe with my mouth to hear the beeps, because otherwise I don't hear them, because I hear myself breathing, you know. So anyway, so the reason why I was crying is because like she's like physiologically, when she was looking at my eardrum, I think she said if I had the eustachian tube dysfunction of the open eustachian tube all the time. And the eustachian tube basically goes from your ear, like eardrum, all the way. I don't know where it goes, somewhere, but it just kind of, it's like this tube. Yeah, I don't know too much about the physiology, but she said when she was looking at the microscope, like the classic ways you would see that Patulous Eustachian tube, I did not have it. You know, my eardrum, everything looked totally normal, and she's like, she doesn't think it's an ear issue. She thinks it's stemming from somewhere else. She thinks my ears and eustachian tubes are totally fine. I mean, she was gracious. She said like she'll put in a referral to see like a specialist in Stanford. I mean, hopefully they take my insurance. It's not funny, like insurance grown-up issues. Yeah, and then she also told me she'll put in a referral for me to get therapy. Therapy to like accept this living in a bucket life. Just kind of like to cope with it, because it's like, if you look it up online, and like a part of me, maybe it's a good thing that I wasn't officially diagnosed with Patulous Eustachian tube, because if you look at it, there's like no research on it, like of what causes it. So people are like, oh, maybe it's like you lost too much weight. Yo, like I've been gaining weight ever since my 20. I've been nothing but gaining weight. I mean, not crazy weight, but definitely I'm not what I used to be. So it's like a mysterious thing, and nobody knows where it comes from. Nobody understands what's up. And then like the only thing is there's like some drops they could give you that like help like close up your eustachian tubes. But even then with pregnancy, that's not great, she was saying. And then and another thing is, with surgery they put stuff, but then like I guess it's just a temporary solution because your body flushes out whatever they put in there. So there's no like real solution. I'm just watching a couple of YouTube videos of people going through it. It's a pretty bleak thing. And if you like Google it, like people commit suicide over this. Like, because you feel like you're out of touch with the world. Like people are talking to you, but you can't hear them that well because you hear your heartbeat. You hear your like breathing. Like it's unnatural. It's just so distracting. You can't even have like a long thought because you're just distracted. And I've had like weeks or months where I would be just in bed because it would just be so utterly annoying, and I felt like I wasn't getting enough air. But they're saying you are getting enough air. It's just a psychological thing. So it's just like quality of life wise. I mean, with cancer, it was terrible, but it was like short-lived for now. We'll see if it comes back or not. We'll see. But this thing, like over 10 years, 12, 13 years of this is like So anyway, I'm really hoping to get some sort of solutions, some sort of answers sometime. I mean, a huge part of me is like, oh, what if it is cancer related? What if it is something? I don't know. It's just such a mystery. Health is like, if you're healthy, just be thankful and don't take it for granted. Yeah, so if you have ever experienced something what I'm describing, where you hear yourself, your bodily functions, and you've been like able to resolve it, it's very, very small chance somebody is like that. Please tell me, let me know, because again, the only way it resolves is if I'm crying or congested. Sometimes it resolves, sometimes not, because when I was in the waiting room just waiting, it was this ear, I could hear myself, and then as soon as she started doing the test, like I was slightly reclined and it started to not do what it was doing. So anyway, so let me know if anybody understands anatomy and physiology of the ear, or if it's not the ear, the head, or whatever just diagnose me, please, somebody. Fix me. Yeah, so that's my update. My scar, here, let's see it. It's not cute. It's the melanoma scar. I don't know. See, it's like also see, it's chunk of me is missing. You know, it's like all things are falling apart. I mean, I have my full range of motion, everything. It's good, but it's just not cute to be deformed like that. But it's just superficial. It's fine. I'll be fine. Just always wearing longer sleeves for the most part. Okay, so yeah, I really, really, really was hoping. My plan was like, oh, I'll go see the ENT doctor. You know, she'll tell me that indeed it is the Patulous Eustachian tube, is my primary care physician diagnosed, and then maybe she knew some latest research or something on it, and then fixed me. That was my hope. I was like, oh, I'll make a video about that. But instead, you know, life is like this, where it doesn't always happen. And I am in my 30s. I guess that's what happens when you're in your 30s. I mean, it started when I was in my 20s. So if I live to see 40s, I don't know what's gonna happen. Even though, like, a couple of my girlfriends and I were talking, and they were saying their mothers felt their best physically starting like their 50s or 60s. So maybe I'm just going through all of this, and then when I hit 50 or 60, I'll be like golden, super healthy, and just feeling amazing. If I live that much. Yeah, so yeah, heavily pregnant. Pregnancy's there. Praise the Lord, all is good. Going back to the whole thing of like not seeing a doctor as much as maybe other people see a doctor. That's me, guilty. Just because it's like, you know, you have to drive to the doctors. I'm talking about the OB. This is our 4th baby. Technically 5th. I had a miscarriage. Not like 8 weeks between our 1st and 2nd. But, you know, it's like you just sit in the waiting room, you see them, they just listen, like, hey, the heartbeat is there. And then you go home, and like, I know the heartbeat is fine because I feel the baby moving, you know. Anyway, so yeah, I haven't been going for too long. And a side note also, like my insurance, I mentioned it changed, and I've always had private insurance, like forever. Sorry, ugh, I don't know why it's making all that sound. Anyway, always had private insurance, and that's been fine. And now I quit my job, and we're you know, just kind of in a different financial status right now, where basically I have Medi-Cal, or when I'm pregnant. So long story short, I have straight Medi-Cal, and it's like, I guess, but what I'm saying is that with the OB experience, maybe I'm crazy, you know, there's always that possibility, but I felt like when I had just regular insurance through like my employer, used to work for the state for a while, like, you come, your appointment at, let's say, 9 a.m., you come at 9 a.m., you're seen at like 9:03. Here, it's like you could wait for half an hour and nobody even says anything. Like, it almost seems like if you have like the Medi-Cal insurances, like, you don't get the same level of care. Maybe that's just my experience. Maybe not. So anyway, so yeah, thanks for listening. I just wanted to update, yeah, update. Cancer-wise, everything's fine. Baby, everything's fine. The ear thing, still a mystery. We'll see if it's related to anything else. So, alright, have a great day, everybody. Thanks.